Well, good afternoon. I mentioned earlier that we've got different kinds of conditions in the valley right now. Some places are dealing with fog still, some overcast skies, and then there are places like Devil's Lake where we're seeing blue sky and some sunshine out there too. So just depends on where those clouds are and where they're headed here, what you're going to experience this afternoon. But the overall trend will be for the fog to end and for more of us to see more blue sky and sunshine. Again, another look at our visibility. We're still a little lower in Grand Forks at the airport there at 2 miles, and Grafton at that same number. Langdon's at 4 miles. So this area, northeastern North Dakota, is still being impacted by some lowered visibility and fog. We have had some improvement though in the Southern Valley, more into the 6 to 10 mile range for visibility, which is good. And just kind of looking a little murky in some spots in general. But we do have winds starting to pick up. That should help to kind of clear the air a little bit in the north and west, where we have wind speeds out of the south and into the teens there. Southern Valley and east, that's where we're a little bit lighter for our wind right now, still pretty quiet. So again, looking at our radar and satellite map, focusing first on the satellite picture, the black and white version here, you can see where we have these darker colors. That's where we've got clear sky, got a nice view of Hubbard County there. And then areas where we don't have any movement on our loop, this is where we have a little white there. That's some snow on the ground, but it's clear in the Jamestown area. And then where we're seeing some of these areas of movement, that's where we have some clouds making their way through. And there are some places where there's some fog too. Also, a few flakes trying to get going in Langdon, but overall we're looking at some dry conditions this afternoon. Temperatures are in the upper 20s to some low 30s. It's 32 in Fargo, 25 in Grand Forks. We're looking at some of us getting into that above freezing range, specifically in places in the south and west. Sisseton, Jamestown at 36, and also up by Baudette over downwind from Lake of the Woods. We're at 35 degrees there. So we'll continue to see those numbers climb. And that means those areas that iced over again overnight last night, they'll start to melt yet again on some of your sidewalks and on your decks and on your front porch here for this afternoon in these places that are warming up. And we'll see temperatures reach the mid to upper 30s, even 40 possible down by the South Dakota line. But if you're in the Northern Valley, this is where we're more likely to stay cooler in the upper 20s to some low 30s, with the exception, of course, of the Lake of the Woods area where we're already pretty mild this afternoon. And that's an area where we'll be more on the cloudy side too. But you can see a lot of areas getting some breaks in the clouds and getting to see some sunshine here heading into the afternoon. Into tonight, we will watch those clouds move back in, and we'll end up with temperatures overnight that stay mild thanks to that kind of insulating effect of those clouds. So by tomorrow morning, temperatures will be in the upper 20s to some low 30s to start off the day. So a little milder to kick off your Friday. Friday should be similar to today. And when we get into the weekend, that's when things start to change. So I want to take a look at our hour by hour planner. On Saturday, that's the day where we have a shot of seeing some precipitation, but it's less likely. So the better day to maybe be outdoors. You can see some areas where we might have some mixed precipitation along the border moving through Saturday into the afternoon. Then we get a little break, and then zipping ahead to Sunday morning, a more substantial area of precipitation. And right now, models are trending a little farther north on this system, and so that would put us on the warm side of it, and we'd end up with more rain, maybe a little bit of freezing rain or light mix initially with this system. And this carries on into the day on Monday. So that's something we're watching for. It is possible we could still see some snow mixing in with this event as well. And of course, it's right when we've got the hunting opener going on, so not great timing. I know we like snow for hunting so we can track the deer. The rain might just kind of make it feel a little bit miserable out there. So hopefully you have ways to stay dry and stay warm as you're out. And one other thing, extra hour of sleep, potentially. I know lots of folks with kids.
Yes.
Kids have their own schedule, right?
That's
their own
right.
clocks.
I keep forgetting. I'm very glad you
Yes.
said that. I gotta like write it down somewhere.
Yeah, it's daylight saving time ending this weekend, and so that shifts everything. The sunrise is an hour earlier and sunset an hour earlier.
Yeah, not looking forward to that either.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lisa.